Hello and welcome to the news update on Papyrus Global TV. I am Christiana Babayo. Before we begin, here are the headlines. Senator Danbuda calls for unity, support for Tinubu in New Year message. EFCC and COS officials clash in court during ex-AGF Malami's trial proceedings. Anambra State government moves to sue Minister Bianca Ojukwu over fake chieftaincy title. National Assembly releases tax bills to address controversy over gazetted laws. 2026 to be year of tangible development in FCT, Minister Wike affirms. Borno State governors to receive 100% rural allowance, nurses get 40% increase. Group hails 2025 as year of defense transformation under Matawali. And now the news info. Political parties under the umbrella of the Forum of National Chairmen of Political Parties (NCPP) have announced plans to mobilize supporters across Nigeria for a nationwide rally on January 10, 2026 in support of the country's newly implemented tax regime. According to NCPP leadership, the planned demonstrations are intended to defend and endorse the current tax reform framework, which the group described as a non-partisan economically necessary policy. Leaders of the forum stressed that the initiative goes beyond politics and aims to foster national economic stability. At a consultative meeting, party officials emphasized that Nigeria's current fiscal and economic hurdles require collective sacrifice, unity of purpose, and responsible leadership across political divides. They argued that supporting the reform is essential for long-term economic resilience and investor confidence. The rally comes against the backdrop of nationwide debates about the new tax laws, which officially took effect on January 1st, despite vocal opposition from various civic and labor groups calling for delays and revisions. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and officials of the Nigeria Correctional Service were involved in a heated confrontation at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Friday, January 2nd, 2026, amid the ongoing trial of former Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami (SAN). The dispute reportedly erupted over which agency should assume control of the security arrangements at the court, including access points and press clearance. Multiple sources indicate that tensions escalated to the point of mutual threats between officials, prompting heightened judiciary attention and additional press scrutiny before journalists were allowed entry. The clash overshadowed Malami's bail hearing in the 16-count money laundering case brought by the EFCC, which alleges unlawful asset acquisition and financial crimes involving billions of naira. Malami and co-defendants, including his son Abubakar Abdulaziz and Hajia Bashir Asabi, pleaded not guilty when arraigned on related charges last December. Legal proceedings have been marked by procedural friction. The Federal High Court remanded Malami at the Kuje Correctional Center following his arraignment, with a bail ruling now scheduled for January 7, 2026. The Anambra State government has escalated a brewing cultural controversy by threatening legal action against Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, for allegedly accepting and promoting a chieftaincy title that the government says undermines recognized traditional institutions in the state. In a strongly worded statement, the Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Tony Collins Nwambuwane, described the purported title of Anyanwu Nwalu Ora as invalid, asserting that it was conferred by an individual with no legal or customary authority to do so. According to the government, the traditional ruler identified as Austin C. Ndigwe has no official recognition or certification under Anambra's chieftaincy laws and is therefore an impostor. The official traditional ruler of Awka, His Royal Highness Obi Gibson Nwabweze Nwosu Ezeuzu II, continues to hold legitimate authority. The state's position is unequivocal. While Ojukwu may be deserving of honors, any such recognition must come from duly recognized traditional institutions and follow statutory procedures. Amid intensifying national debate over the rollout of Nigeria's new tax laws, the National Assembly has directed the release of the full transmitted tax bill signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for public scrutiny. This move comes in response to widespread concerns about alleged discrepancies between versions passed by lawmakers and those in the official gazette. In a formal statement, Bula Audu Biala, Director of Information for the National Assembly, said the legislature has instructed its clerk, Barrister Komoru Ogunlana, to make available the transmitted bills, including the certificate pages bearing presidential assent so that Nigerians can independently verify the documents. The clarification follows public outcry after the implementation of the new tax laws began, with critics alleging that the gazetted versions did not match the versions approved by the lawmakers. The Assembly insists the release of certified copies is meant to enhance transparency and build public confidence in the legislative process. Despite heightened interest, only a limited number of formal requests for certified true copies (CTCs) of the tax bills have been received so far. We will now go on a short break, and when we come back, the news will continue. Stay tuned.
The Papyrus Global, we don't just cover events, we create cinematic experiences. From red carpets to birthdays, gala dinners, and your fairy tale weddings, we bring your moments to life with high-tech precision. Our gadgets are smarter, our lenses sharper, and our team simply world-class. Trust the Papyrus Global to tell your story in the boldest, brightest way possible.
Welcome back, and now the news will continue. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom has declared that 2026 will be a year of visible, measurable infrastructure and social development across Abuja and surrounding environs, tying progress directly to ongoing policy priorities and national reform agendas. In a New Year message to residents and stakeholders, Wike said the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) plans to complete and commission major projects in key sectors, including education, healthcare, transport, and security infrastructure. These initiatives, he emphasized, are meant to transform daily life for residents and ensure development moves beyond plans into tangible impact. Among projects earmarked for delivery this year are rehabilitated and upgraded road networks and bridges across the territory, modernized schools and health facilities aimed at expanding access to quality social services, transportation hubs and judiciary infrastructure to improve mobility and justice administration, security installations to strengthen safety and public confidence. Wiki underscored that 2026 is particularly significant as it marks the 50th anniversary of the creation of the FCT, describing the milestone as a testament to the resilience and unity of residents. In a major boost to healthcare workers serving in rural communities, Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has approved substantial increases to rural allowances for medical professionals posted outside urban centers. Effective January 1st, 2026, the revised structure will grant medical doctors practicing in designated rural areas a 100% rural allowance equal to their basic salaries, and nurses and midwives serving in similar postings a 40% rural allowance increase. The governor announced the policy during a media briefing and inspection tour of public facilities, including general hospitals and ongoing housing projects in Gubbio and Magumeri local government areas. Zulum framed the hike as a strategic intervention to tackle persistent shortages of health personnel in underserved communities. In many rural facilities, manpower gaps limit service delivery because health professionals prefer better paying roles in urban centers or with international organizations, Zulum explained, noting that the new allowances aim to make rural postings more attractive and improve retention. A prominent national youth organization has described 2025 as a pivotal year of defense transformation under the leadership of the Honorable Minister of State for Defense, Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawalle, MON, highlighting a series of strategic engagements, reforms, and defense sector initiatives that, according to the group, marked significant progress in Nigeria's security architecture. In a statement issued by the Northern Youth's Concerned Citizens and signed by its chairman, Dr. Ibrahim Buhari Malumfashi, the group outlined what it called a comprehensive and forward-looking agenda carried out by Matawalle throughout the year, asserting that the minister's active oversight and coordination helped to drive institutional change and deepen international defense partnerships. The group's review of the year's activities pointed to Matawalle's early engagement with senior military leadership and key national security traditions, including participation alongside President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Armed Forces Remembrance Day observances and the presentation of the 2025 defense budget to the National Assembly. It also highlighted his diplomatic efforts with foreign partners and defense support firms aimed at elevating Nigeria's defense posture. According to the statement, Matawalle's leadership extended into institutional modernization and defense industry development, with public participation in engagements involving major foreign defense partners and oversight of domestic defense institutions such as the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, (DCON). These activities the group maintained underscored a broader transformation agenda involving expanded cooperation with international defense stakeholders and enhanced operational capacity for Nigeria's armed forces. And that's all we have on the news update on Papyrus Global TV. I am Christiana Babayo. Thanks for joining us.